All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a really powerful idea today, how the world inside your head, your imagination, actually creates the physical world you experience every single day. It's really about a shift, right? Moving from being just a character in the movie of your life to being the one in the director's chair.
So let me ask you a question, and this one's a bit of a mind bender. What if your reality, your life right now, is just a mirror, and you're the real thing standing in front of it? I mean, think about it. Most of us spend our entire lives trying to change the reflection. We see a frown in the mirror and we poke at the mirror, trying to force it into a smile. We're frustrated with our money, our jobs, our relationships. But what if all that effort is completely wasted? What if the power was never in the reflection to begin with?
You know, we're all handed this map of reality when we're kids, but the thing is, the map is upside down. The old map tells us the physical world, the 3D world, is the ultimate reality. But the new map, well, it flips everything. It says that your inner world, your mind, your imagination, what we'll call the 4D, that is the real reality. That's the cause. And the physical world, it's just the effect. It's a shadow. It's like your mind is a movie projector, and the world is just the screen. You wouldn't try to change the movie by yelling at the screen, right? Of course not. You have to change the film inside the projector.
And this right here is the absolute fundamental rule of the game. You cannot change an effect with another effect. You have to go to the cause. I mean, trying to force a change in your physical world without first changing your inner world is, well, it's just pointless. It's like trying to dry yourself off while you're still standing in the shower. So take Mike, for example. Mike constantly feels like he's struggling, always lacking money. So what does he do? He buys lottery tickets, a 3D action, but it never works. Why? Because the film he's playing in his mind is titled I Am Poor. As long as that's the movie, the screen can only show him lack. He has to change the inner reel first.
Okay, so if our mind is the cause, the projector, how does that actually work? How does a thought, something you just imagine, become a real, solid thing in your life? Let's get into the mechanics of it.
All right, the first big concept, and this one can feel a little strange at first, is that creation is already finished. Everything is done. Every possible reality, every single outcome you could ever dream of, it already exists. The version of you that's a millionaire, the version that's a healthy athlete, the version that's happily married, they all exist right now. It's like, imagine a massive library that contains every book ever written and every book that could be written. You're not writing a new book. You're just walking down the aisles and choosing which one to read.
Or, hey, an even better metaphor for today. Think of the universe as an infinite streaming service. You're not the stressed-out director trying to film a new movie from scratch. Nope, you're just chilling on the couch with the remote. You scroll through an endless library of realities, and the one you put your attention on, the one you feel is real, that's the one you press play on. It's really that simple. You want to be a successful artist? You just select that movie in your mind and start living from the feeling of it right now.
Now get ready for this, because here's where the science gets really, really cool. Our physical eyes, the things we think are showing us reality, they only bring in about, wait for it, 0.0035% of the available light spectrum. I mean, that is a tiny, tiny, ridiculously small fraction of what's actually out there.
So, if our eyes are basically blind to almost everything, then what or who is painting the other 99.99+% of the picture? Who's filling in all the blanks to create this rich, detailed world we all experience? It's your brain. Think about it. Your brain sits in total, absolute darkness inside your skull. It never sees the outside world. It just gets these little electrical signals from your eyes, that tiny bit of light, and then it has to guess. And what does it use to fill in the rest of the picture? It uses your beliefs, your assumptions, your inner blueprint. It's like an artist in a dark room, painting a masterpiece based only on the instructions you whisper to it. You give it a negative of lack, and it will paint you a world of lack.
And this is precisely why your imagination is an absolute superpower. You see, your brain literally does not know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's really happening. So let's take Sarah. She's terrified of public speaking, but every night she vividly imagines herself on a stage, feeling totally calm, powerful, delivering an amazing speech. To her brain,
That's a real memory. It's a real experience. So the brain gets that new command and starts rearranging her world to match it. All of a sudden, a friend might ask her to give a toast at a wedding, giving her the perfect bridge to that new reality.
And when you hold that new reality in your mind consistently, something amazing happens. You start to get these nudges, these ideas and gut feelings. That's what we call inspired action. It doesn't feel like hard work or forcing things. It feels completely natural, like the easiest, most obvious thing to do. It's not you paddling like crazy against the current. It's you just floating along as the river gently carries you to your destination. Maybe someone looking for a job suddenly feels this weird urge to walk down a street they never take, and bam, they bump right into an old boss who has the perfect opening for them.
Okay, so that's the how. We get it. The mind is the cause, the world is the effect. But the next big question everyone always has is when, right? When does it happen? If I decide I'm wealthy now, when does the money actually show up in my bank account?
Well, here's the thing. In your mind, in the 4D, it's instant. The universe only knows the now moment. The second you decide something, it's done. It's a fact. It's like flipping a light switch. The electrical circuit is completed in that instant. But in our 3D physical world, things are a bit denser, a bit heavier. So there's a natural unfolding, a sequence of events. The light bulb has to warm up for a second before it shines at its full brightness. The 3D world needs a moment to catch up and rearrange itself.
The best way to think about this is like ordering something online. The moment you click that Buy Now button, what happens? That thing is yours. It's legally your property. You own it. You don't sit there wondering if it's yours. You know it is. The whole shipping process, the tracking number, the delivery truck, that's just the 3D world catching up. It's the unfolding. You don't go back to the website and buy it again every day, do you? Of course not. You just know it's on its way. But what happens when you keep checking that tracking number? What are you really telling yourself, your deeper mind, when you're anxiously refreshing the page and asking, where is it? When will it get here?
You are literally shouting from the rooftops, I don't have it now. And your reality can only reflect what you declare to be true now. Let's think about David. He wants to find a wonderful partner. But every single day, he's focused on how lonely he is, and he keeps asking the universe, when am I going to meet someone? By doing that, he's constantly reinforcing the story, I am alone now. So the mirror of the 3D world has no choice but to show him a reality where he is alone. His only job is to decide on the destination, I am loved, not to constantly ask the GPS when he's going to arrive.
So this leads us to what is maybe the most crucial part of this whole thing. If you're not supposed to worry about the how or stress about the when, then what are you supposed to do? What's the right attitude to have while you wait for your package to be delivered?
Okay, there are 4 pillars to this, and they are game changers. First, unmoved indifference. You have to be calm, centered. You're the sky. Everything else is just the weather. Good stuff, bad stuff, it just passes by. Second, stop checking the 3D. Stop looking outside for proof. That's like planting a seed and then digging it up every hour to see if it's sprouting. You'll kill it. Third, the state of not needing. You have to get to a place where you feel happy and whole right now without it, because not needing it is the strongest signal you can send that you already have it. And finally, everything is happening for you. Reframe every single event as part of the bridge leading you to your goal.
Let's put this into practice with Jane. Jane wants a promotion to manager. So, first, she practices indifference. She doesn't get swept up in office drama or worry about what others are doing. Second, she stops obsessively checking the internal job postings. Why? Because in her mind, the job is already hers. Third, she embodies not needing by finding genuine fulfillment in her current tasks. And finally, when her boss suddenly drops a ridiculously hard project on her desk, what the old Jane would have called a problem, the new Jane sees it for what it is, the universe giving her the perfect opportunity to step up and act like the manager she already is.
I want you to really let this next one sink in. The 3D world is the dead world. It's just the residue of your past thoughts. That's all it is. I mean, would you seriously pick up yesterday's newspaper to find out today's news? No way. So why on earth are you looking at your current reality, the echo of your old thoughts, to find proof of your new one? So let's boil this all down to a simple new instruction manual for your life. Step 1 is super simple, but it's not always easy.
You have to reject the old story. Whatever your current circumstances are telling you, if you don't like it, you have to look at it and say, nope, that's old news, that movie is over.
Step 2. Persist in the new story. This means you live mentally, emotionally from the reality you desire. No matter what the dead world outside is showing you, you hold on to the feeling that your desire is a done deal. You have to be more loyal to your inner world than your outer world.
And step 3, you just watch. With this calm, knowing confidence, you just watch as the outside world begins to bend and reshape itself to match the new you. Think of yourself as the captain of a huge ship. You go to the bridge, you set the destination coordinates, and then you're done. You don't run down to the engine room and start frantically pulling levers. You just trust that the ship knows how to get there.
Because really, at the end of the day, this whole process isn't about getting things. It's about deciding who you are. That's it. Your identity is the only command the universe is waiting to hear. The world is just sitting there, like a mirror, ready and waiting to reflect whatever face you choose to show it. So the only question left to ask is, who do you now declare yourself to be?